Just about an hour ago, police officers and first responders were all around the scene behind me. And as I'll show you right behind me, you have everything from funnel cakes to fresh cut French fries, chicken tenders. And since I have a shovel, I might as well do some of my own. Wow, the snow is pretty light. And I'm going to continue to do some shoveling, and I'm going to send it right back to you, Tasmin. And I'm standing here outside of the Hagerstown YMCA for the Relay for Life event. The event's going to kick off in about an hour or so. With the Click It or Ticket initiative, officers from the Chambersburg Police Department are doing their part to ensure that the public is riding with their seatbelts on. And I spoke to some kids who said they had a great time, but also learned some valuable tips when it comes to riding a bike. And Chief Camacho says thanks to some nearby witnesses, they were able to receive help with their investigation. In my hands is the application to become a Chambersburg police officer. I've been standing on East Washington Street for probably the last 15 or 20 minutes or so, and I can tell you this snow has been coming down pretty steadily. Many in Hagerstown came to the public square to talk about inclusiveness and love as a part of the diversity rally.
People united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated!
And those were just some of the chants repeated at the diversity rally in Hagerstown. People from all walks of faith, race, and gender came together as one on the public square.
I think that it's important to have this rally because I've never seen anything like this before, and I'm 40 years old. And I'm born and raised, and I raised kids here, and I've never seen this type of thing happen on the square.
Rise Coalition of Western Maryland put on the event and has the mission of empowering the local immigrant community.
The purpose of this event is just to showcase the diversity of Hagerstown and how when people from different cultures come together and form one community, that benefits that community.
And in the crowd, there were many signs and posters that shared messages of peace and inclusiveness. And many people spoke in hopes of bringing light to issues some minority groups face.
What do I do when somebody calls me a terrorist? What do I do when people make fun of me? Do I
Maheen Haq is from Hagerstown and says growing up as a Muslim, she experienced a lot of discrimination and says that behavior should not be tolerated.
Any type of hate speech is not tolerated here, that we are united and that, you know, all colors are accepted, all religions are accepted.
And Takesha, who is born and raised in Hagerstown, says she has experienced things that made her feel like she doesn't belong, but is happy to see the community come together to create change.
To see something where it says everybody is included is huge. It's a huge, we've come a long way.
Reporting in Hagerstown, Jonathan Hunter, WDVM News. 1 in 5 people will be diagnosed with skin cancer at some point in their lifetime. If detected early, it can be treated. But John Kinnaird, the mayor of Thurmont, will tell you that it's better to try and protect your skin so you don't get it. John Kinnaird, the mayor of Thurmont, has always been known for his long beard. But due to skin cancer, he was forced to cut it down.
And one of the doctors, I go to Johns Hopkins, and she asked me to cut my beard off so they could have a better look at my face. Well, rather than cut it all the way off, I cut most of it off, and she was happy with that.
Kinnaird first discovered he had skin cancer 20 years ago and had it removed. Within the last 4 or 5 years, the skin cancer on his face and scalp has accelerated, which has forced him to have more surgeries. Kinnaird attributes the cancer to working outside for more than 48 years.
40 years ago, when I first started working, there was no sunscreen. Now we have the option to use 120 SPF, and I recommend everyone that goes outside and does anything outdoors, use that whether you think you're going to burn or not.
Joanna Thingmeyer is a nurse practitioner who specializes in dermatology. She says that skin cancer in adults can be attributed to sunburns from their youth.
Having a burn or getting burnt during adolescence or childhood will double the chances of acquiring melanoma in the future.
Thingmeyer recommends her patients to protect their skin.
I always tell my patients who come in for skin checks or have a suspicious looking mole that they see that they should always be using a sunblock with a zinc base to it, so that way they get protection all day long.
According to the American Academy of Dermatology, there are 9,500 cases of skin cancer diagnosed daily. Kinnaird wants everyone to be aware of the problem.
And I've had this as an ongoing problem for 30 plus years, so I can tell you that skin cancer comes along and it keeps coming back.
And Kinnaird says his skin cancer will not stop him from serving the town of Thurmont. Reporting live from the studio, I'm Jonathan Hunter for WDVM News. There's a saying that age is nothing but a number. And Jerry and Patty from York, Pennsylvania are living true to that statement as they came to the heavy metal playground to do some smashing. Patty Kuhn and Jerry Hottinger made their way to the heavy metal playground. They're both in their 70s, but did not let that slow them down.
I feel awesome. We are going to have a great time today. This is on my bucket list. Get it? Bucket? That's a bucket.
And just like that, they both climbed into their excavators to receive some instruction.
The headset doesn't fit real well. It feels like it's loose.
First up, Jerry and Patty did some digging in the mud.
And this was just an awesome experience. Very different. We love to play, and so we thought we might love to play on a heavy metal playground in mud.
They did some tire stacking and even faced off in a basketball game where they played 3 games.
It's been a wonderful blast, and it was just great, and I won.
And last but not least, they had the opportunity to do some smashing. And while Patty and Jerry had a blast, they say they want to encourage other seniors to do activities where they can challenge themselves.
This activity is actually really good for the brain. So we like to do a lot of things that are good for the brain and good for the body at the same time, as well as having fun.
This is a great opportunity to do it. Smashing cars and playing basketball and stacking tires. That's great.
Reporting in Boonesboro, Jonathan Hunter, WDVM News.